Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday and happy day 6 of 21 days of graduation, of graduation, of gratitude. It is like graduating from a sense of not having gratitude to having gratitude. It is a leap, it's a shift. And I don't know if you've been feeling that this whole last week by cultivating gratitude. You graduate to this next level of being in the world. My parasympathetic nervous system, by sitting and deep breathing, operating from a sense of rest, digest, restore, calmness, peace, love. That gladdened heart that we worked with last week was so nice. This morning, we're going to start with a blessing. So as you get comfortable, settle in. I'm reading to you from a book called The Language of Yin. And this says, to begin, a blessing for yourself. Before you begin your practice, bless yourself. Bless all of your past, your mistakes, your triumphs, all the decisions you have made to get to this point. Bless the times that you fell to your knees and the times you rose above yourself. Bless all of your present. Bless this moment, pregnant with possibility, hope, and openness. Bless yourself for showing up here to practice, to learn, to grow, to evolve. Bless yourself for trying, no matter what the circumstances are, you are doing your best. Bless your courage. Bless your strength. Bless all of your future. The lands and the experiences that lay before you, the relationships that you are yet to have. Bless all the outcomes of all the choices you make today, knowing that you are being guided and looked after. Bless all parts of yourself, all the sweetness, all the struggle. Bless yourself for being you. Before you begin, bless yourself. Let's just sit for a few moments in those blessings. Nice long, slow, deep breaths, blessing this breath. And today we offer up so much gratitude for the breath. As the breath comes into the body, life force, energy, fuel. And as the breath goes out, so much gratitude for the out breath, the breath that has done its job. Thank you for doing your job, keeping me alive, keeping me nourished, giving me energy, vitalizing me. Gratitude for the in-breath, breath coming in, swirling around inside you, going where it needs to go the most. Oxygen, healing. And so much gratitude for the out-breath, the breath that has done its job, taking with it waste, what you do not need. It enables you to let go and release. Thank you, breath. We give gratitude for the nose, breath coming in and out through the nose. Up and down the nasal passageways. Right nostril, left nostril. We're so grateful for the little hairs of the nose, the first line of defense. The immune system thanks you. Thank you, little nose hairs, catching the debris. Thank you, the lining of the nose. Right nostril, left nostril. Thank you for moistening the breath as it comes into my body. Thank you for your moistening qualities. The lungs deep within, they like moisture. They don't like dryness. The lungs are delicate. It's a nice moist environment. So thank you, linings of the nose. And thank you, sinuses, for all that you do, for warming the breath when it needs to be warmed, and for cooling the breath when it needs to be cooled. Thank you, sinuses, for your temperature regulation, so the breath is just right for my insides. As the breath passes through the back of your throat, down into your larynx, your voice box. Thank you. Breath passing. Our ability to make sound, to communicate, to express the truth of our hearts, to express gratitude, not just in the heart, in the body with feelings, but to say the words out loud. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, larynx, and the breath that passes through the voice box. You come down into the windpipe, the trachea. Thank you, trachea. The tube that goes down, air coming into the lungs. Esophagus is where food comes in. That's a different day of gratitude. But here where the wind flows, the breath coming in, and right before it goes to the lungs, this passageway. Thank you, trachea, for being open for the free passageway of breath. So grateful for this breath. Coming into the body, to the nostrils, the nasal passageways, the back of the throat, down through the throat. And now we get into the lungs. Now, two tubes, two channels, the bronchi, many channels, the bronchioles. This journeying into the lungs, ending at the little sacs, the alveoli. Taking a journey into the lungs. So grateful. The right lung has 3 lobes, upper, middle, and lower. And the left lung, 2 lobes, an upper and a lower. So grateful for this breath coming into the lungs expanding and receiving. And then when it's time to let go, the lungs send out into the world the breath that has done its job. There's such a giving and receiving that happens here at the lungs. Such a relationship to the plants in your house, the trees in your yard. The lungs receive the good, sweet air. And then the lungs give anything unnecessary, any waste. But the plants and the trees, they love it. It's food for them. So they're receiving and giving as well. So grateful for this relationship. And as we tune into the expansion, the contraction, right, the filling up and the release of the lungs, the increase in volume and the decrease in volume, we tune into that very intimate relationship within us, between the lungs and the heart. And we sit with the hugging. We sit with that gentle bobbing action of the heart. When you inhale and the lungs expand, the heart gets a massage. It lowers slightly in the body as the diaphragm presses down. And as you exhale, deflating, squeezing, there's a hug, and the heart kind of floats up into the space created, getting hugged below by the diaphragm. So let's sit with this hugging that happens here at the heart. The lungs, the heart. And as they both sit on the diaphragm, major muscle of breathing there. So grateful for this inner hugging that happens with each breath cycle. So grateful for the filling and emptying of the heart. Freshly oxygenated blood, the heart fills. And the heart empties, giving away this freshly oxygenated blood to the body. Such a gift. Thank you, heart. The lungs are giving, the heart is receiving. The heart is giving, the body is receiving. So grateful for this beautiful, dynamic relationship, one of harmony, of sweetness. We come back to the hugging. A very big hugger in your body, massager. So much tending and tenderness is your diaphragm, your major muscle of breathing. It massages the heart and lungs above it. And it massages the abdominal organs below it. And this happens with every breath cycle. So with deeper breaths, when you inhale, feel your belly expand. Feel the diaphragm, the base of the ribs there. Press down and massage your abdominal organs. When you exhale, the diaphragm rises, tucks underneath the ribs, massaging the heart and lungs. So staying with the hugging, especially in these times where we tend to hug less the people around us, we can tune into these inner hugs that are happening all the time with every breath cycle. So grateful for the hugging. And with the diaphragm moving up and down, initiating so much hugging. The organs below, it's almost like they're forced to hug. I'm getting a visual of the aunt, grabbing her niece and nephew into a hug, even though they might not really want to be hugged. But all the organs down below, they're hugging one another. It's like a parent telling the kids, hug each other. It's like they have no choice. So on the right side of your torso, tune into your liver and your gallbladder. They're nestled right in there with each other. Each breath cycle, there's a hug. Your appendix below. Your ascending colon is there on the right. As you start to move a little bit more medially, the small intestine and the pancreas, all getting a big hug with each breath cycle. More center is the bladder and the reproductive organs, if they're still there. The transverse colon, still with liver, pancreas, coming into the stomach to the left. So much hugging of these organs. The spleen, stomach, spleen, pancreas, all hugging one another. And the descending colon. If we come into the back body, we're going to take a moment to be grateful for fat. Really sit with that one for a moment, right? Grateful for fat. The fat that surrounds the kidneys, protects them, anchors them, keeps them safe. Just below the ribs, just right there where the bottom ribs are on the back of your body, gliding a little bit, responding to the inner hugging. But the kidneys are being hugged by fat. And it's so wonderful. Thank you, fat. So grateful for this breath. So grateful for how the pelvic floor responds to it, supporting all the organs. So this is like a bit of a lower hug, the pelvic floor. There's a softening and an expansion on the inhale. And the gathering within, a rise up, support for the organs above. This is the last hug we'll sit with and celebrate. The hug of the pelvic floor with each breath cycle. And actually, we can sit with one more hug. So grateful that there are so many hugs, that they keep coming. It's a cascade of hugging. But it's really the whole body. You expand on every inhale, breath comes in. And there's a contraction, a wrapping, a hugging. The skin, the fascia, the bones, right? Muscles and sinews. And it's really happening at the cellular level. Every inhale, an expansion. Every exhale, a hug. Once again, come back to your nostrils and your nasal passageways. Thank you, breath, for coming in. And thank you, breath, for going out. Feel free to stay seated here, or you can lie down here at the end. Your breath and your body are intertwined. And your breath and your mind are intertwined. Your breath and your emotions are intertwined. And your breath and infinity are intertwined. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Thank you so much for being here, everyone. Rest as long as you can. Restore. Enjoy the breath, the journey of the breath. So much gratitude for it. Pay attention to it as much as you can today. Offering up so much gratitude. Have a great day. Thank you for being here. Namaste.